Have you ever imagined an entire city disappearing overnight? Thousands of lives, stories, and buildings gone as if they never existed? Today, we'll dive into 5 mysterious cities that vanished from the map, each with its own story of mystery, tragedy, or sheer force of nature. Let's uncover what happened to these places where life once thrived but that were erased by time or by Earth itself. Get ready for a journey through time and mystery, exploring these cities that still captivate our curiosity and fascination. Pompeii is perhaps the most famous lost city in the world. In 79 AD, it was a thriving Roman city, full of commerce, art, and impressive architecture. Located near Mount Vesuvius, life in Pompeii carried on as usual until the day of the Great Eruption. On that day, Mount Vesuvius erupted catastrophically, spewing tons of ash and rock over Pompeii. The city was buried so quickly that many of its inhabitants were caught by surprise, leaving haunting records of people and their daily activities frozen in time. The layer of volcanic ash preserved the city in an extraordinary way, including homes, streets, and even frescoes. Pompeii remained forgotten until it was rediscovered in 1748, giving archaeologists an unprecedented look at life in ancient Rome. Today, Pompeii is one of the most visited archaeological sites in the world, drawing millions of tourists. The city is a time capsule that reminds us of both the splendor of the Roman Empire and the overwhelming power of nature. The story of Pompeii continues to fascinate both archaeologists and tourists alike, offering not only ruins but also a vivid testament to lives interrupted in a sudden and unexpected way. Heliki was an influential city in ancient Greece, located on the Gulf of Corinth. It was famous for its sanctuary dedicated to Poseidon and was a center of power and culture in the region. However, on a winter night in 373 BC, Heliki vanished. A devastating earthquake rocked the city, followed by a tsunami that submerged Heliki entirely. In just a few hours, a vibrant and prosperous city was swallowed by the sea, leaving its people and structures behind in a natural catastrophe. For centuries, Heliki was considered a legend or myth, with few believing in its existence. But in 2001, archaeologists finally uncovered submerged remains, proving the truth of this ancient tale. Today, Heliki is a point of interest for archaeologists and divers eager to learn more about life in this ancient city. Its discovery shows how natural disasters can not only affect but also completely erase civilizations. Heliki reminds us how myths can turn into reality, and it stands as a powerful testament to the forces of the sea and earth, capable of changing history in an instant. Port Royal, in Jamaica, was one of the wealthiest and most infamous ports in the Caribbean during the 17th century. Known as the capital of pirates, the city was famous for its thriving trade and lavish lifestyle, where merchants and pirates lived in constant celebration and adventure. In 1692, an earthquake struck Port Royal, followed by a tsunami that sank much of the city within minutes. Houses, shops, and entire streets were pulled underwater, and thousands of lives were lost in the brutal disaster. The wreckage was preserved underwater, and Port Royal became known as the Pompeii of the New World. Archaeologists have explored these submerged ruins and found artifacts and structures intact, offering a view of daily life at the time. Today, Port Royal is a popular destination for historians and divers who explore the stories of pirates and traders who once lived there. It's a testament to the golden age of piracy and the risks of living so close to unpredictable forces of nature. Port Royal's history reminds us of how quickly wealth and glory can vanish, especially in places where nature's power is both mighty and relentless. The largest indigenous cities in North America, located in what is now Illinois. Founded around 700 AD, it was a cultural and political hub with thousands of residents and monumental structures, including towering earthen mounds. At its peak, Cahokia housed between 10,000 and 20,000 people, a population larger than London's at that time. The city was a focal point for cultural and trade exchanges, but by around 1350, it was mysteriously abandoned. Scholars believe a combination of climate change, deforestation, and possibly internal conflict contributed to Cahokia's collapse. Without written records, only ruins and countless questions remain about what really happened to this civilization. Today, Cahokia is an archaeological site and a UNESCO World Heritage Site, with ruins that reveal the complexity and sophistication of an indigenous civilization that flourished long before Europeans arrived. Cahokia's story is a reminder of the legacy of native civilizations in the Americas and how sophisticated cultures can rise and disappear, leaving a legacy of mystery and grandeur. Machu Picchu, though never forgotten by the descendants of the Incas, remained hidden from the outside world for centuries. Built in the 15th century, the city stands high in the Peruvian mountains and likely served as a royal retreat or religious center. When the Spanish conquered the Inca Empire, Machu Picchu was isolated, spared from destruction. The city lay concealed by vegetation until 1911, when American explorer Hiram Bingham rediscovered it and brought its beauty to the world's attention. With impressive stone structures and precise astronomical alignments, Machu Picchu showcases the advanced knowledge the Incas had in architecture and astronomy. Every building appears to be designed to blend harmoniously with the surrounding landscape. Today, Machu Picchu is one of the world's most visited tourist sites and is considered one of the new 7 wonders of the world. It represents the resilience and ingenuity of the Inca people and draws visitors from around the globe. The story of Machu Picchu is a symbol of a civilization that, though almost forgotten, remains alive through its structures and its enduring impact on world history. Akrotiri, located on the island of Santorini, was a thriving city of the Minoan civilization with a rich, advanced culture. Around 1600 BC, a massive volcanic eruption buried the city in layers of ash, preserving it almost entirely. Akrotiri was covered so quickly that its houses, streets, and even murals were preserved. This protective ash allowed the city to remain intact for millennia, holding an incredible wealth of details about its people and their way of life. Curiously, no human remains have been found, suggesting the inhabitants might have had some warning and evacuated before the disaster. This lack of inhabitants adds an air of mystery, inviting questions about where the people of Akrotiri went. Today, Akrotiri is one of Greece's most significant archaeological sites. The discoveries reveal a sophisticated, culturally advanced civilization with trade links across the Mediterranean. Akrotiri is a true archaeological treasure, offering a rare glimpse into Bronze Age life and reminding us how nature can instantly turn the world into a time capsule. These were 5 incredible cities that vanished from the map. Each one hides tales of greatness, mystery, and, in some cases, even tragedy. Pompeii teaches us about volcanic fury, while Heliki and Port Royal are examples of the relentless power of water. Cahokia reminds us of the flourishing indigenous civilizations in the Americas, and Machu Picchu is a symbol of Inca resilience, preserved for centuries in the mountains of Peru. These cities may have disappeared, but their traces continue to fascinate and inspire researchers, tourists, and curious minds from all over the world. Did you enjoy this journey? Leave a comment on which city you found most intriguing. If you like this content, please leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and activate the notification bell. Thank you and see you in the next video.